Amy, let me tell you about a magical place that is so exactly designed to be enclosed space, year-round fun for the whole family that I bet you already know what I'm going to say before I even say the name. Let's say it together on 3. 1, 2, 3. Great Wolf Lodge. You got it, Amy.
My kids loved Great Wolf Lodge when we went. You probably already know that it has a huge indoor water park with a wave pool, lazy river, a bunch of massive water slides. But then your pack can hit the other attractions because, wait, there's more.
Great Wolf Lodge has adventure-packed attractions like Magi Quest, a live-action game kids can play throughout the lodge, plus the Northern Lights Arcade. Spent some quality time there, so your kid who loves the lazy river and your kid who loves fantasy games will both have a great time.
Great Wolf Lodge also offers great dining options and complimentary daily events like nightly dance parties, all under one roof. Unpack the car once and you're settled in to have fun. And with 22 lodges across the country, you're always a short drive away from adventure.
We've both had such great times at Great Wolf Lodge, so bring your pack together at a lodge near you. Learn more at greatwolf.com and strengthen the pack.
Welcome to Ask Amy from What Fresh Hell, laughing in the face of motherhood, solving your parenting dilemmas one question at a time. This week's question comes from a listener in our Facebook group. You can always join the conversation there at facebook.com/groups/whatfreshhellcast. This listener wrote in to say, my 13-year-old daughter has been inexplicably dropped from her friend group at her very small school. As far as my daughter can figure, nothing has precipitated this change. The girls used to hang out after school at least once a week. Now the other girls are hanging out and my daughter is left out. She doesn't get invitations, texts, FaceTimes. When she texts the other girls about schoolwork, they don't respond. She feels that they're making her the butt of the joke and then tell her she has no sense of humor. The other moms and I would regularly communicate to coordinate their plans as we don't live in the same town. So I know that the other moms know that their girls are ostracizing mine. They're no longer texting me to make the plans and carpools. My daughter is distraught. I am also sick to my stomach over it. I don't know how to help her. I'm also heartbroken because I thought I had the beginnings of friendship with these women. I trusted them. I just can't believe they would allow this to happen. I would never allow my daughter to do this to another child. I'm devastated. How do I help my daughter through this? This is devastating and so hard and, unfortunately, common. I did an interview with Judith Warner that I really recommend you listen to. I'm going to put the link in the show notes. The interview is amazing, and the book is too. Her book is called And Then They Stopped Talking to Me, Making Sense of Middle School. Judith Warner talks in her book and in the interview I did with her about how traumatic this time can be, not just for the kids who are going through it, but for the parents, because it can kind of send us spiraling into this PTSD reaction of our own middle school experiences, which were painful. When we see our kids going through it, it brings up our own experiences, and it just makes it sort of extra complicated. Understanding that was really helpful to me in guiding my kids through their own middle school struggles, so I recommend the book and the interview. Another interview we did, I'm going to link to this one too, is Dr. Lisa D'Amour, who talked about at this age, kids, when they enter puberty, they're going at different speeds. She talked about gears on a board. Can you picture interlocking gears and how they're all spinning like inside a clock? They're all working together. Everybody's doing their job. And then all of a sudden, one wheel starts spinning way faster than the other ones. And all of a sudden, the two wheels that perfectly interconnected don't connect anymore. One's going to go flying off the board. That's what happens when kids get to this age, right? They're maturing at different speeds. Some kids still like American Girl dolls. Some kids are wearing makeup. Some kids like Pokemon. And, some kids want to hang out after school and vape. It's a wide range of experiences and interests. And so kids who fit together can start to spin at different speeds. It's extremely painful for the kid who's left on the outside. And first, I want to completely honor that and say, yes, you should be doing everything you can to support your daughter. She needs the support right now. She needs the comfort. I would encourage that you sort of comfort in and dump out. Give her lots of hugs, give her lots of time, give her lots of compassion and reassurance. But if you're feeling the urge to vent about these girls are awful and can you believe these mothers and I hate them all and I thought they were nice, you can feel those things, but I wouldn't necessarily vent them with your kid. I would take that elsewhere and just give her comfort. I want to put something else in your path, having been in this situation with several of my kids, which is that the parents of the other kids involved in this whole group ostracization thing, they definitely know that things have changed, but they could be getting a very different report at home about why that's happening. This happened with one of my kids and a good friend of theirs. I was good friends with the mother. I was hearing from my kid that this other kid wasn't nice anymore, had changed, was rude all the time, was mean, doesn't want to sit with them, and then they started hanging around with other kids. I find out much later from the other parent, the other kid was reporting ostracization, that things aren't the same, that I'm being left out. And honestly, both things can be true. I would find the one mom in the group that you're most connected with, or that your daughter was most connected with the child of, and kind of have a frank and open conversation where you find out what they've heard. This is what this other mother did in this situation. Came to me. We had a tough conversation. Our kids used to be friends. Something has changed. But she came to me, and instead of saying, your kid is leaving my kid out, instead said, what are you hearing about this? And I said, I just was hearing things have changed. And she said, okay, I'm hearing that from my kid that my kid is being left out. And we were able to have a, not an easy conversation, but one where we both left feeling good and helped our kids get back to a better place with each other. Another thing you might consider is going and talking to the teacher. I wouldn't tell your kid that you're doing this, but I would go talk to the teacher, have a separate sidebar conversation, and just say, what are you seeing? This is what my kid is reporting. Is this true? Because if it's true, the teacher can do some things to help with this, including who's assigned to who with group projects, who sits where, who gets to help out, giving your kid some extra attention and support that she probably needs. Or you might hear alternatively that, yeah, I am seeing these things, but your kid made somebody cry. You need to leave yourself open to the possibility that things are changing as they're supposed to in middle school, and it is painful, but that more than one thing can be happening. And then, maybe with the teacher's help, see if there's a girl or a boy or several within the class where your daughter could start investing a little more of her time. Your daughter's pain is real, and you experiencing it with her is so hard. I would try to find out a little more information and be a little more open-minded about what might be happening that you're not hearing. And in the meantime, keep giving your daughter all the compassion in the world. Send us your parenting questions, and we might answer yours next. Email us questions@whatfreshhellpodcast.com. Thanks for listening.